Hey Virgo, how are you doing? Let's find out. Got the solar eclipse coming up on the 10th in Gemini, which could be, you know, absolutely way more than you even, well, but maybe it'll be the opposite. It'll be completely freeing. Let's find out. I've got the divine doors here. We'll pull into the centennial deck in a minute, and let's get you a few doors. And just get right into it. We'll read them after. Okay, so something, there actually isn't, it's almost like a false door. There is no handle on it. There's no handle, it doesn't look like there's a hinge. Or it opens from the inside only. Ah, how Virgo. From the inside only, possibly. Slapping, but let's get them to fly. Let's get them to fly. Oh. Okay. A path. Lots of green. A tree. A keyhole. Interesting, no keyhole there, no handle, but here we have a keyhole. Yes, peeping through. We have the arch of accomplishment, of achievement, of getting somewhere new. All right, let's put that there. Okay. Oh, and another one that's interesting where it's, okay, there are chains between these two. So this came up for somebody else and maybe one of the collective readings, but the idea of, it's almost like, now the handles are central. And so it's protecting it's obviously something is protected. Yes. And what's interesting is that there isn't a lock on those chains. Not on the outside. So there's something on the inside again. It's secured on the inside. Wow. That is, to have that echo, to have that twice, that something opens from the inside. How about that? And then a keyhole. So I feel like we should go for the symmetry here, right? Okay. Let's put the keyhole in the center. And see. See what the eclipse is bringing. One more. Breathing into the cards. And remembering, Virgo, that I consider you to be fixed earth, not mutable earth, because I put mutable energy with 10th house and philosophical, you know, hold steady energy with 6th house, the problem solving house, okay? Rather than the cardinal points picked out by the, you know, the solstices and the, what do I want to say? Equinoxes that Ptolemy chose. Okay. Let's see here. You know, this is a little bit, this is like a variation on what was going on with Taurus. All of Taurus's cards just either flipped tightly in the deck or slid out. So, there's like a guardedness. But why? Okay, free will card and choices card, ethics card. Gemini. Okay, so we are on top of things. We are on the ball. We are in the moment. This is my free will card. This is one of your cards, as far as I'm concerned. And there's the balance of, you know, kind of got Libra's scales there in a financial way, yes. But for me, in so many readings, my guides and God wanted me to understand this to be what the card they use to express free will and soul contract issues. And so I want to say that right now it's a choice of, and here we have the, you know, the problem of Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve being a smear campaign against the African prophetesses, who were the main, they were the Delphi Oracle, and the Mediterranean empires went to them for spiritual, not, you know, like not just African nations, but the Mediterranean. And the snake was there for, you know, if you look up the snake as being a very positive symbol. There are other things about, you know, the Bible came from Arabia, Kamal Salibi. Then you have the Ten Commandments coming from the 42 Principles of Maat, the Tree of Life, of the Kemet Tree of Life. Sargon predates Moses with exactly the same story, but so for me, this is a matter of looking at the truth. The whole Adam and Eve idea that there's good knowledge and bad knowledge, and there's a right way to get knowledge and a bad way to get knowledge. And when it's easily said, when you aren't somebody who can create a universe and stick people in it. So, knowledge matters no matter what. Critical thinking matters. Exactly, my cat is yelling. Yes, Mothership says yes. That's right. Preach, Emily. Yep. Yep. She'll go for a while. Okay. And this is divine timing. This is divine timing. So this is your, you know, Gemini season right now. Sun's still in Taurus for a bit. So something's coming through then. What we're saying is something's coming through that you have some flexibility because you're so powerful at this point. You've done so much in your life. Interesting. What do you want to do about a situation that you're... Some kind of message or apology is sideways. It's on hold. It's on hold, Virgo. Now a 6 is a gift to make a 7 of transformation possible, because everything is about progressing through the numbers, through the, you know, the numeric order of progression in life. Yes, and you want to get to the 10. So this is in the universe sending you something. It attached to this free will or soul contract situation. Okay, it's just falling out in my lap. So, falling into my lap. Now this is Aquarius energy, Uranus energy, but it's also for me first house energy. I tend to take it because it's 0 and it's where the wheel stops and starts. And there's infinity between 0 and 1. So I tend to think of it primarily as a first house card, which gives it Aries qualities. But obviously it's in the same, it's emphasizing this Page of Cups. This would be Cancerian. Dealing with your 4th house, roots, guides, ancestors. So it's possible you have an ancestor or a guide coming through. Now it's interesting that we have this. So the Fool can go off in a new direction. If I look at 12th house versus 2nd house of starting to invest in something. This is Virgo. Maybe you're not going to completely tell me. Now, I put this as Libra energy. So this would be like a Knight of Swords situation. But he's off his horse. We have a 7 of transformation of knowledge and thinking. Leading back to the 6. So a gift of safe passage. It could be that a bad situation is over. But it would be nice to see us progress to the 8 of Swords. The mastermind. The proving yourself to yourself. So we have a transformation that's interrupted here. Can only imagine why. The truth. The truth. The truth, the truth, the truth. Gemini energy. Okay, so the solar eclipse is bringing in some truth. And you can do what you want with it. The question is, who is bringing it? It's as much who as what. And why? What's under? It's the 3 of Cups, isn't it? Celebration. All right. And he's looking at them. So more Cancerian energy. Okay. Do we have somebody who has been... You know what this looks like. Doesn't take much psychic ability or imagination. Really does it. Okay, so pausing for a moment here. Let's just see what we can. You know what? I just want to go here. Begin now here from this static position. From this truth, from the solar eclipse is where you begin. 11:11. Numbers and doubles, synchronicity in 2. Don't hold back your love now. Life is meant for you. Well, that just went and made everything even more complicated, Virgo. Now, if we go back to the keyhole and the door that needs to be released from inside, let's carry on. So what about this king and these 3 cups? Got Sagittarius energy there. And Sagittarius is opposite Gemini. So we're going to have a full moon coming up then in Sagittarius, right? Is there even a lunar eclipse with that? I'm not sure. Gotta look that up. I can look that up. Let me see right here. Not yet. Did I have for this month? Nope. Okay. Sorry for my arm in the way. And then, of course, okay, so the Cancerian, the manifestation, if we look past what's, catching me up here. What does a King of Wands want with 3 graces? The King of Wands has the plan. He's not, okay, now we have God involved. Okay, great. So now they just schooled me on something in a reading, I think for one of the collective readings, the weekly readings. Because I always say that whenever that they've made the agreement with me that whenever this comes, the major arcana come through, it's not archetypal energy. But then, so the Empress I always read as Kali, as Grandmother Spider, as, you know, whoever resonates with Oshun, Yamaya, Kuan Yin, whoever resonates as a female aspect of God. And then I'll go ahead and say, okay, so there's a guy in your life, and when it comes to the Emperor, it's like, no, that's the male aspect of God. If I'm going to be consistent with what my guides and God have set up with me. So I was like, oh, wait, okay, all right. So who is this masculine aspect of God? The stability of 4, the King of Kings, I feel like, okay, they need me to just follow along for a bit because we're going to pull a few things together here. There's so much going on here, Virgo. There's so much going on. And it might just seem like so many different things, and it's just that intricate, right? How many layers of thought are in your head? And a lot of my guides are Virgo. My North Node's in Virgo. Okay, another Virgo card. This necessary change. Out in the cold. Okay, so from the outside to the inside. Something needs to be released. Mars. Okay. Now Mars I classify as loves and loyalties. Okay. This king will protect, defend everything that's close. Like even, you know, more passionately than... Okay. Alright. Now I'm just feeling like awkward about this whole thing. So we possibly have someone wanting to protect family. Oy. Okay. Alright. Or, so there's something at stake. There's something at stake. Do we have a relationship at stake? All right. Well, okay. So further to this, because we're gonna do things. They want me to understand one thing before they give me another thing to understand. Isn't that tarot anyway? But no, it's like so intricate. Okay, so making up your mind about it in Gemini energy again for me. You have to make up your mind for the first time about something. Oh, this is why. It's new territory. Okay. New territory. New territory. The truth can change the landscape completely. And a sense of free will or contract, like a sense of like suddenly being able to decide for yourself instead of hermit with being guided. And it's like, okay, you tell me what to do, I'll do it. It's like, no, you have to get into yourself, your inner God. What is it about these 3 graces that are... What are you loyal to? What do you love? Who do you love? What's this truth? 6 of Swords, safe passage. Like 7 going back to the 6. Some sort of justice. And see, this is completely... But yeah, no, the 2 is when you have to, it's in, you know, and you don't know how to trust your feelings. You're not sure how to trust your feelings, like you're trying to just stick to, and the problem with that is if there might not be a problem with that. You have the truth. Once you have the truth, it's hard to solve that too without the truth. Necessary change, the beginning of Virgo, and we've gone from the 6 back to the 5, but we're at the 6, so we've progressed from 5 to 6. So that could be some backstory there, or just some circumstances. Look at this. Yeah, earth signs. Because I just did that reading for Capricorns with non-astrological Libras. Okay. Okay. Ay, ay, ay. 2 nights going in opposite direction. Going in opposite direction, but why don't I have the 8 in between them? Nope. This guy wants to talk. This guy does not want to talk. I mean, usually, the Knight of Swords can say some pretty sharp things. And of course, this guy is like, no, let's. Scorpio. For me, Libra. Others would put it as Aquarius, but for me it's Libra. So it's echoing all of this, right? Okay. Wands, wands, wands. Progress, progress, progress. Proving himself to himself. Sagittarius energy again. So possibly a Sagittarius is involved. But then we have it attached to a Scorpio energy. There could be, this could, oh my goodness me. What do I even tell you? This is going to go how long? In thanks of my spirit, safe and sound, all things that are lost, so can be found. In thanks of my spirit, all things that are lost, so can be found. Begin here. Do not fear what travel brings, my dear. The moment is yours. Begin now, here. Numbers and doubles, synchronicity in 2. Don't hold back your love now. Life is meant for you. Synchronicity. Well, we got 2 nights. Again, okay, so the free will, right? The 2 directions. Based on this truth, right? One direction can go this way. Probably, but he's, yeah, okay. This way or this way. This might both be you, okay? There's possibly, so something needs reconciliation, talking it through, or going off on your own, allowing your own safe passage. And maybe there's just not a wrong answer. But it is good to have a plan. It's good to take your time till you have the plan. So what is it specifically then tied to this? Is it the truth that is tied to this solar eclipse? Or is it the decision that's tied to the solar eclipse? Hey. Taurus energy. can be hospitalization, but a contract is over. You're free from something. Those chains, they're, you have the law, okay, so it's all, okay, the truth, the whole matrix, all of it, you have done enough work at this point. You have enough perspective. This can also be an 11th house card. But again, yeah, I know we have that truth there. So the perspective of things, knowing what you want, knowing your heart, knowing your loves and loyalties, but knowing your God. So the exit is here. The exit is here. It looks like this. It's as complicated as this, but the Seven of Swords, this transformation leading back to the Six, dependent on the Six, leading to the Eight of Swords, the mastermind again. So something yeah. Guides. But I still get a feeling of, it enjoying yourself, shall we say. But if there was a third party, then there's a chance to reconcile here. There's a chance to reconcile and start fresh in a new, in a new spirit, because the context is changing. Your life is, for whatever, and you have to decide, for me the answer is that God and guides are up against it, that it's an enemy system. And they've been working all your life to help you reach this point and then beyond it, yes? Okay, Virgo, let your brain go do something else for a while. I'll be back in 2 weeks. Thank you for this. This has stretched me, and I'm very grateful for that. Thank you. True to what my guides do to me, all my Virgos. Much love. Back in 2 weeks.